Are the Dolphins out on Deshaun Watson? They have a new head coach. Their head coach was the 49ers offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel. So McDaniel takes over for Brian Flores, who, based on many reports, was very active and aggressive in trying to convince the Dolphins to make a trade for Deshaun Watson before the trade deadline last November. With Flores out in Miami and McDaniel in, there's a lot of thoughts on, well, did they bring McDaniel in for Deshaun Watson, or did they bring him in to maybe coach up Tua going into his third season? This was McDaniel in a video released by the Miami Dolphins official Twitter account, having his first conversation with maybe his new franchise quarterback.
There he is, man. I just had to get on with you real quick. We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man. One thing I know about you is you have the ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be work, but I know you're not afraid of that, so this is an awesome day for me. And I'm damn sure going to make sure that when you look back on this day, you're going to be like, damn, that was one of the best days of my career too. Okay? But I'll earn that from you. You got me?
It's wild that that's an NFL head coach, but that was Mike McDaniel having his first conversation with Tua Tagovailoa.
It's such a cringeworthy video. It's so weird recording somebody when they're on the phone and you can only hear half the conversation. Like, that's basically what the Dolphins posted. It was just McDaniel talking, and you're not hearing Tua say anything. So it's like McDaniel is just giving all this love to Tua, and it sounds like he's silent on the other end. It's very weird.
That's not what the Dolphins social media team did. The Dolphins social media team said, hey, Mike, can you just recreate maybe what you would have said to Tua, and we'll just film it like that you actually got Tua on the other side? Come on.
You think so?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe.
Hell yeah. And then after it, I think when they hung up, air quotes, McDaniel was like, yeah, he called me one of the best coaches in the world. He's excited to play for me. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Is that enough? Do we need to do this again? Yeah. Does that work for y'all? Look, it's intriguing. Like, I don't know what to believe with the Dolphins anymore. Stephen Ross, it appears, is willing to do anything to win. So when we had reports around the trade deadline that said the Dolphins were looking to acquire Deshaun Watson, despite the legal situation maybe not being 100% squared away, it doesn't surprise me, considering we heard that he was willing to pay coaches to lose games. Those are allegations at this point. We don't know if those are true, but considering we heard those, considering we heard about an illegal yacht meeting with the quarterback who was on another team at the time, like, it doesn't surprise me that Stephen Ross wants to do whatever possible to win. So if he all of a sudden wants to go get Deshaun Watson, despite what he said this offseason, despite this video that Mike McDaniel has posted, I don't think it'd be the most stunning thing in the world. I just don't know if Stephen Ross is going to be the owner of the Dolphins for that much longer.
I would be interested to know how much Mike McDaniel and his time in San Francisco, where they had a good, sometimes great, but not regularly great quarterback, felt like that held them back as an offense. He's been an integral part of building what they've put together on the offensive side of the football in San Francisco for the past few seasons, and I would love to know if he feels like you have to have a regularly great quarterback to win the Super Bowl, because he's been on an offensive staff that coached up Jimmy G and was a couple of throws away from winning the damn Super Bowl. So I got to know if McDaniel feels like he's got to have that great quarterback because he just went through a situation where he didn't have a great quarterback, then they'd be at the top of the list for a team that's trying to get Deshaun, because we know Deshaun would go to Miami.
Yeah, and I just wonder what is Miami's goal for this year? Like, the last 2 years, they've had winning seasons with Brian Flores. They won 10-6 and just missed out on the playoffs. This past year, they were 9-8. They just missed out on the playoffs. So what's their goal this year? Like, what are the expectations? You got a first-time head coach, but you got a team that's coming off back-to-back winning seasons. You got a quarterback going into his third year. Third year is when you expect the quarterback to kind of put it all together and hit that ceiling of, what they are going to be year after year as a player. So, like, what expectations do they have? If their expectations is playoff or bust, then they should absolutely look to upgrade at quarterback, because I'm just not convinced Tua's going to be, an elite quarterback in this league. If the plan is, hey, this is kind of like a stepping stone year, we want to see what we have in Tua with new coaching, an offensive-minded guy, and then we'll worry about our quarterback situation after this year, that could influence just how aggressive they would be if they still want to, check in with Nick Caserio about Deshaun Watson.
Miami Dolphins still have a first-round pick, even though they traded their own. So they still have a first-round pick via the San Francisco 49ers. And They have the most cap space in the National Football
Yeah.
League. They cannot look at this as a building year. They need to accelerate this thing. They need to give McDaniel a bunch of weapons, go find a bunch of guys that he likes, give him a bunch of stuff, and then let him go. If that's Deshaun Watson, then McDaniel needs to say, hey, I need Deshaun Watson. Go get it. If they can't get Deshaun Watson, I'll make it work.
Right. My guess is at this moment the Dolphins are out on Deshaun Watson. Like, I just don't know if Stephen Ross wants those headlines that come with a Deshaun Watson trade associated to him with what else is going on. Also, if Stephen Ross does have to sell the team in the not-too-distant future, I don't think a new owner wants to take on Deshaun Watson in that situation right after the legal situation is cleared up. So I think as of right now, it feels like the Dolphins are out. Also, I mentioned this a couple of days ago. Mike McDaniel's offense, similar to the Kyle Shanahan offense, of course, is similar to what Tua ran at Alabama. There are a lot of similarities to Sark's offense, which was Tua's offense in his last couple of years at Alabama, to what Mike McDaniel likes to do. So I think there's a belief in McDaniel that's, hey, I can work with that. Like that guy we saw in college who was awesome in lighting the college football world up by storm, who we thought was going to be 1-1 when he came out to the NFL. I can find that there. I can make this work. So as of this very moment, I would say I think the Dolphins are out on Deshaun.
The Dolphins are going to point to the Bills and think, hey, if we get the right coach for our quarterback, we can have a guy that could have a big leap in year 3. Josh Allen had an okay second year. He went to the playoffs. He had that bad performance against the Texans. And year 3, he became, a top 3 quarterback, an MVP candidate.
So is David Culley going to be the QB coach of Miami next year?
Seems unlikely.
Okay.
David Culley was there year 1, though, for Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was his worst year in the league by far, wasn't it?
10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and a 52% completion percentage for Josh Allen as a rookie.
And by the way, the Dolphins are sort of, we talk about this with Davis Mills a lot with the Texans. Like if you just go in to make sure that Davis Mills has everything to succeed, and then you kind of find out about Davis Mills if he can or he can't, and then it's ready for the next guy after Davis Mills. Same applies for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You give Tua everything, all the chances to succeed. If he does succeed, great, you got a good quarterback. If he doesn't succeed, everything's ready for that next quarterback, which would likely be a veteran, a trade. And by the way, they could still go get Deshaun Watson the following year if he's still on the Texans for some ungodly reason, or they could do it in the middle of the season if he's still in the Texans. God, I hope he's not on the Texans. Don't. That's the darkest timeline.
Don't even say that, dude.
Don't put that in the universe. Done enough Watson talk.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Okay.
Are the Dolphins out on Watson? Let us know. At Jake Asman, at Brad Kellner, at Cody_Stoots is where you can tweet us, text in as well, put a name on it so we can give you a credit.